Well, I was born in Nairobi 63 years ago, and I went to school at St Mary's, President Kenyatta's old school, and I then, at the age of about 15, I went to the UK to finish my education, and then I did an engineering degree in the UK, and then I did an MBA in the UK, and I came back to Kenya in 1976, and I joined the family business because this business was started by my father. And I joined the family business in 1976, and I've been here ever since. We had a partner then, so my father passed away in 1982, so I took over his shares in 1982, and then in 1990 the partner left, and I purchased his shares. I was an engineer, a field engineer. Well, it was started, as I say, by my father after the war and his partner called Dick Shirtliff, and they were both engineers, and they basically did water supplies. They did water schemes for estates and housing developments and so on. And the company grew. They went into swimming pools quite early in the 1950s. They started building swimming pools, and they were doing quite a bit of construction as well. And then in the 1960s they started importing equipment, and they made contact with their first supplier, which is a company called Grundfos. And of course we still have a very close relationship with Grundfos. So it's now nearly 50 years that we've been importing their products and selling their products in this market. That the importation side grew, and to the extent that the field side was reduced in emphasis, and the real emphasis was put on the importation and distribution of products. So we widened our product range. We took on in the early 1990s a company called Pedrolo, which does water pumps, and we then in the mid-90s, late 90s, did two things which really have built the business. And one was that we moved into new product segments. So we moved into first of all solar pumping or solar energy, and then generators in the early 2000s. And the other most important strategy that we followed was expanding our branch network. And we established our first branch in 1994, I think it was, in Westlands. It was called the Pool Shop, and then we progressively started in Eldoret, Kisumu, and then Uganda, Tanzania, and the network has grown since then. And so now we are 31 branches, and basically what we've done with the strategy we followed to grow our business is what I call expand the footprint. And the footprint is on one axis is the number of branches that we have, and the other axis is the number of products that we sell and product segments that we're in. So we're in a lot of product segments and a lot of markets, and that's how we've grown the business. We're in 5 product segments. The most important by a long way is water pumps, and as I say, we still are very much involved with Grundfos, who are very close partners of ours with Pedrolo. And we've also in the last 5 years introduced our own range of pumps called the Shirtliff pumps, which are Far East sourced, which are more they're value products, but still of excellent quality. So that's a sort of the core focus of our pumping business. And of course we sell pumps for every type of use, and the biggest segment of pumps that we're in, the most important, is boreholes. We sell a whole range of borehole pumps, from the very smallest to huge pumps for large industrial supplies and so on. So pumping really is our core activity. Traditionally, we then, as I say, swimming pools is a very strong market for us. We make swimming pool equipment here. We make filters, plus we import a whole range of products from around the world. So we're big in swimming pools. Water treatment is another long-established and very important business segment for us. And we make a lot of equipment. We're now basically with water treatment. It's in order to satisfy the market, you've got to offer a very wide range of products, because each process requires, each water condition requires a different treatment process. So, it might be softening, it might be desalination, it might be filtration, it might be chemical dosage, whatever, it might be demineralization, various processes, and they all require different equipment. So we offer a complete range of equipment, from very small cartridge filters for use in domestic situations, so people have them in their houses, up to quite big plants for villages and small villages and industrial and commercial applications. We're making a lot of equipment here now, and we've just invested in a new factory. And the two technologies that we're focusing on, which there is huge potential, is one is reverse osmosis, and we make reverse osmosis plants here. And the other is a new technology called ultrafiltration, which basically, it's a filtration process like sand filtration, but it filters down to much smaller sizes. And so we're going down to 0.2 micron, whereas conventional filtration is about 5 to 10 micron. And so we're getting very pure water out of it. And these are very specialized modules, very specialized treatment units, which we bring in from America, and then we assemble them in units here. So these are two important areas for us. As I say, the new areas of business, one is the first one that we went into, as I say, in the early 2000s, is the solar energy. We are one of the biggest players in the market. We import solar PV modules, we manufacture solar hot water heaters, and we do backup systems and power supplies, and a big part of our business is water pumping. And solar water pumping has really grown recently, and the whole industry has really grown. And the main reason is that the cost of solar PV, the photovoltaic solar modules, has dropped hugely. In the last 5 years, it's dropped by about 80%. And so what it's done is it's completely transformed the economics of solar energy, and particularly for pumping, as it has for everything else, but particularly for pumping. And there's a whole new range of pumping solutions that we have available, which actually, certainly in the remote areas, are much more cost effective than the traditional solution, which is a generator. And so we're now really focusing on that. The final product segment that we're in is generators, basically for standby applications. And we have a range of our own brand, all Far East sourced. We have small generators up to about 10 kVA, which are high speed, and as I say, for domestic applications. And then we have a range of bigger generators. We go up to, we're just supplying a 500 kVA set, which is slow speed. These are 1500 RPM sets, also supplied from the Far East, but of very high quality, with especially with the engines, with international standard engines, and very good products. A lot of it, some of it's circumstantial, some of it's opportunity, and some of it is a sort of a strategic intent. Basically, what our strategy is that all our products in some way have got to be complementary, and obviously the thread that runs through all of our products is water. So in solar, although there are non-water applications, we have solar hot water, which is water, obviously, and solar pumping. And as we got into those, then we branched out into other aspects of the solar market. And generators, we basically got into the generator business because we were supplying pumps, and pumps needed water and needed powering by generators. And so that's how we got into that market. Water treatment we've been in for many years, obviously directly related to our core business of pumps, and swimming pools are obviously very similar. So there's this thread running through our business, which is water, but we've sort of used the water opportunities to springboard into other product areas. But generally there's a strategic intent, and also of course market opportunity with solar. Obviously, the solar industry is growing very fast. There's a lot of potential in it, and we saw that a long time ago, so we moved into it. All doing very well. Our basic business model is that we have a very big range of products, and we import and stock or manufacture or assemble in Nairobi, and then we distribute from there, from here. And we have our own fleet of trucks, and all of our branches are within reach of Nairobi by road. And basically we've gone into all the countries in the surrounding region, well, obviously Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania and Rwanda, and we also are in Zambia, we're in southern Sudan, we're in Ethiopia, and we're now looking to Somalia. We're doing business in Somalia, and we also have activities, although we don't have branches, in DRC and Burundi. And so basically everywhere that we can reach from Nairobi, we have a presence. Well, we felt it was important for two reasons, and the lesser reason was the fact that a lot of our customers required it, and it was obviously, from a marketing point of view, it is an advantage to have it. But that was a lesser reason. The main reason is that the whole process focuses on quality and quality management, and it's something that's always been a key issue for Davis and Shirtliff. And we saw the whole process as a way, obviously it's highly structured, of a way of, first of all, structuring the quality process in the business, but most importantly, getting all of our staff involved. So because it's broken down, the ISO process is broken down into departments and functions, because each one has got to describe its own quality processes. And so we felt it was very important to get all this as a sort of a team building effort to sort of push the understanding of quality in the business, and to get all the staff on board, and it's been very successful in that respect. One is we've put in a very sophisticated IT and management accounting system, and you cannot run a business like this unless you have good controls, and we have extremely good controls, and this is something that we have been developing over many years, and it's these controls that enable us to have the business that we have today, because without them we couldn't. And I think even more importantly is the culture that has sort of developed in this business. We're an entirely indigenous Kenyan business. We have no expatriates, we have no work permits. All of our managers in the subsidiaries are Kenyans, the senior managers, and we are a totally Kenyan company, which is committed to quality, it's committed to integrity, it's committed to giving service to the customers. And there's a huge commitment in the workforce. There's great motivation with everybody to ensure that the company wins.